Falling in love is easy. It sneaks up on you when you least expect it. One minute you're just living your life, the next someone comes along and shakes your world. You feel the butterflies, the excitement, the rush of emotions that make you think this is it. And while all that is beautiful, love is so much more than just a feeling. It's a choice you make every day. Feelings come and go. One day you'll wake up and feel like they're your whole world, and the next you might feel distant, irritated, or even questioning if you still love them. That's normal. That's human nature. But the difference between temporary passion and long-lasting love is the decision to stay even when the feeling isn't as strong as it used to be. Love is a commitment. It's choosing to be patient when they frustrate you, choosing to be kind even when you don't feel like it, choosing to put in effort even when life gets tough. It's waking up every morning and deciding I'm going to love this person today no matter what. That's what makes love real, not just passion, but persistence. People think love is supposed to be effortless. That if it's the right person, everything will always feel easy. But that's a lie. Every relationship faces obstacles. Arguments will happen, misunderstandings will occur, and there will be days when you don't feel the spark. The ones who last are the ones who choose to fight for it, to nurture it, and to protect it. A lot of relationships fail because people chase the high instead of the commitment. The moment things feel ordinary, they start thinking, maybe this isn't love anymore. But love isn't about constant excitement. It's about consistent dedication. It's not about finding the perfect person, but about building something solid with an imperfect one. Love isn't just about how someone makes you feel. It's about what you're willing to do for them, how you treat them when things get tough, and whether you're ready to show up even when you don't feel like it. That's the difference between love and infatuation. Love is a choice, and that choice is what makes it strong. A lot of people mistake passion for love. They meet someone who excites them, who makes them feel alive, who sets their body on fire, and they assume that's love. But let me tell you something, lust can mimic love so well that it'll have you fooled if you're not careful. Just because someone makes your heart race doesn't mean they're meant to stay. Lust is all about the thrill, the chase, the hunger for someone. It's intense, it's addictive, and it can cloud your judgment. It makes you overlook red flags, ignore warning signs, and convince yourself that this is it. But when the excitement dies down, what's left? Can you talk to them about your struggles? Do they care about your dreams? Or was it just physical attraction disguised as something deeper? The reason so many relationships fail is that they were built on temporary passion instead of long-term connection. When the fire dies down, they realize they don't like who they're with. There's no foundation, no friendship, no real bond, just the memory of what once felt exciting. That's why you have to be careful. Let's face it, true love grows. If someone only craves you in the bedroom but doesn't respect you in real life, that's not love. If they only show up when they're in the mood but disappear when you need real support, that's not love. If your connection is only strong when things are passionate, but weak when things get real, then it was never love to begin with. Love isn't about what someone does to your body, it's about what they do for your soul. It's about feeling safe, understood, and valued. It's about knowing that even when the excitement fades, the bond remains. That's why it's so important to separate lust from love, because if you don't, you'll keep falling for the wrong people, mistaking chemistry for compatibility. Take your time. Real love doesn't rush. It isn't in a hurry to get physical because it knows the emotional bond matters more. The right person will want all of you, not just the parts that please them. The wrong one will make you feel desired, but the right one will make you feel cherished. Learn the difference, and you'll save yourself a lot of heartache. Love should never feel like a full-time job where you're the only one putting in effort. If you constantly have to remind someone to value you, beg for their attention, or chase them just to keep them around. You're not in love. You're in a one-sided relationship. Real love flows. It doesn't require you to prove your worth. When someone truly loves you, you won't have to question where you stand. They won't play games, keep you guessing, or make you feel like you're not enough. They will be present, consistent, and clear about how they feel. Love should bring peace, not anxiety. A lot of people think love is about winning someone over. They believe that try hard enough, give enough, and prove enough, that person will eventually realize their worth. But real love isn't earned through effort, it's freely given. The right one will choose you because they want to, not because you convince them to. The truth is, when someone wants to be with you, you won't have to keep reminding them of your existence. They will call. They will show up. They'll make time. No excuses, no delays, no hot and cold behavior. Love doesn't create confusion, it brings clarity. If you're constantly feeling neglected, overlooked, or treated like an option, it's time to step back and reevaluate. Stop investing in people who only want you around when it's convenient for them. Stop chasing someone who wouldn't chase you if the roles were reversed. The right love won't make you feel invisible. It won't have you questioning your worth. It won't make you feel like you have to beg for something that should be given freely. Love should feel like home, not a place where you constantly fight to be welcomed. Love without respect is dangerous. It turns into control, manipulation, and pain disguised as passion. You can love someone with all your heart, but if they don't respect you, your feelings, your boundaries, your values, that love will destroy you. Respect is about how they treat you when they're mad, when they're frustrated, when things aren't going their way. It's easy to be kind when everything is good, but true character shows up in the difficult moments. If they talk down to you, belittle you, or dismiss your emotions, that's not love. That's control. A lot of people stay in relationships thinking, but they love me. Love alone is not enough. There are people who love their partners but still cheat on them, lie to them, or abuse them. Real love protects, honors, and values. It doesn't make excuses for bad behavior. Respect means they listen when you speak. They don't ignore your feelings or make you feel guilty for having emotions. It means they don't cross boundaries just because they can. They understand that you're not an object they own, but a person they cherish. You should never have to beg for respect. If someone truly loves you, they will never put you in a position where you have to question your worth. They will respect your mind, your heart, and your dignity, because to them, you're not just an option, you're a priority. Respect is what keeps love strong. Looks fade and feelings change, but when you respect each other deeply, you have a foundation that can't be shaken. So before you give someone your heart, ask yourself, do they respect me? If the answer is no, then they don't deserve your love. Love isn't about grand gestures once in a while. It's not about expensive gifts, romantic dates, or sweet words when they're in the mood. Love is consistency. It's about showing up every single day, even when it's inconvenient, even when it's difficult. People often say, I don't have time, but let me tell you something, people make time for what matters to them. If they care, they will call. If they love you, they will show effort. If they want you in their life, they will make sure you never feel forgotten. A relationship shouldn't feel like you're pulling teeth just to get attention. You shouldn't have to chase someone just to feel like you're part of their world. Love should feel secure, not uncertain. When someone truly loves you, they will check on you. Not just when they need something, not just when they feel like it, but because they genuinely care. They will ask about your day, support your dreams, and stand beside you not just when life is exciting, but when it's hard. Love doesn't disappear when they get busy. It doesn't fade when they have other things going on. If someone is too busy to show you love, they are too busy for a relationship, period. Love requires presence. No presence, no love. A person who truly values you won't just make promises. They will back those words up with action. They will choose you daily, not just when they're lonely, not just when they're in the mood, but always. That's real love. That's the kind of love worth holding on to. Too many people get into relationships and forget who they were before they fell in love. They stop chasing their dreams, stop focusing on their goals, and stop prioritizing their growth, all because they are so wrapped up in loving someone else. Love should add to your life, not take away from it. You should never feel like you have to shrink yourself to make someone else happy. If you have to dim your light so they feel comfortable, that's not love, that's sacrifice at the expense of your soul. It's easy to get caught up in someone, to make them your whole world, to pour all your energy into making them happy. But if in the process you lose yourself, your passions, your identity, your purpose, then that's not love, that's self-abandonment. A healthy love pushes you to become more of yourself, not less. The right person will encourage you to chase your dreams, not make you feel guilty for having them. They will support your growth, not hold you back out of insecurity. You should never have to choose between love and your happiness. The right love will never put you in that position. If you're in a relationship that makes you feel trapped, like you can't be your full self, then it's time to reevaluate. Real love means growing together, not one person growing while the other shrinks. If you have to lose yourself to keep them, then you're not in love, you're in self-sacrifice. Love yourself enough to know the difference. A lot of people stay in toxic relationships thinking their love will fix their partner. They believe if they love them hard enough, support them enough, and forgive them enough, eventually they will change. But let me tell you something, love can't fix what someone refuses to work on. People change for themselves, not for other people. If someone is toxic, dishonest, or destructive, no amount of love can make them a better person unless they want to be better. It doesn't matter how much you love them. If they don't want to grow, they won't. Too many people waste years trying to heal someone who doesn't want to be healed. They take the disrespect, the pain, the disappointment, all because they think maybe one day they'll wake up and realize I was the one who never gave up on them. But love isn't supposed to be exhausting. You deserve a love that already respects you, not one that requires pain and suffering to earn it. If someone keeps hurting you and says, that's just who I am, then believe them. Stop hoping they will magically become someone different. A person who truly loves you will work on themselves without being forced. They won't wait until they lose you to appreciate you. They won't expect you to endure their worst just to prove you love them. Love should feel safe, not draining. If you constantly feel exhausted, frustrated, or broken trying to make someone see your worth, then walk away. The right love won't require struggle, just to exist. Love should never feel like a guessing game. If you're constantly questioning where you stand with someone, if they truly care, or if they see a future with you, then that is your answer. Real love gives clarity, not confusion. People who truly love you won't leave you wondering. They won't make you feel like you're chasing them. They won't leave your messages unread for hours or days just to keep you on your toes. That's manipulation, not love. When someone values you, they make sure you know it. Their words and actions align. They show up consistently, they communicate, and they don't play with your emotions. But if someone is hot and cold, 1 minute interested, and the next distant, they are keeping you as an option. Love shouldn't make you feel insecure. You shouldn't feel like you compete with their other priorities or other people. The right person won't have you fighting for a spot in their life. You will already have one. If you're always the one initiating, always the one fixing things, always the one overthinking, that's a one-sided relationship. And let me tell you something, love isn't meant to be carried alone. If they are not meeting you halfway, then they don't deserve your effort. Never settle for someone who keeps you confused. A person who truly loves you will make sure you feel safe, valued, and wanted. If they don't, then they are not the ones. Don't waste your time trying to decode mixed signals. Read them for what they are and walk away. Love is supposed to lift you, not weigh you down. If being with someone feels more like an obligation than a blessing, then something is wrong. A lot of people stay in relationships because they feel guilty leaving. They don't want to hurt the other person, or they feel like they owe them for all the time invested. But love isn't about debt. You don't owe someone your happiness just because they were there for you at some point. A relationship should feel like a partnership, not like you're carrying the weight of everything alone. If you're constantly feeling drained, frustrated, or emotionally exhausted, it's time to step back and ask yourself, is this love or is this just familiarity? True love brings peace, not constant stress. It should feel like a safe place, not a battlefield. If you find yourself constantly fixing problems, walking on eggshells, or feeling guilty for wanting more, then that's not love, that's emotional labor. You should never feel like you have to prove your worth to someone. If they don't see it already, they never will. You deserve a love that flows naturally, not one that feels like a full-time job you're not getting paid for. The right love will add to your life, not take away from it. If your relationship feels like a burden, it's time to let it go. Love should feel like home, not a prison. A lot of people think falling in love makes you vulnerable, weak, or dependent, but real love doesn't weaken you, it shows you who you are. Love brings out your deepest fears, your strongest desires, and your rawest emotions. It teaches you what you need, what you can't tolerate, and what you will no longer accept. It challenges you to grow, to heal, and to become a better version of yourself. The problem is that too many people enter relationships without knowing themselves first. They rely on their partner to give them validation, happiness, and purpose. But love isn't about completion, it's about addition. You should already be whole before you give yourself to someone else. Falling in love should make you more of yourself, not less. The right person will encourage you to chase your goals, stand up for yourself, and walk boldly in your purpose. But if love is making you doubt yourself, feel insecure, or lose sight of who you are, then it's not love, it's attachment. Never be afraid to love deeply, but always remember to love yourself first. Because when you know who you are, no relationship will ever define you, you will define it. Real love is powerful, not weak. It is not meant to break you, but to build you. The right love will never make you feel small. It will remind you of your greatness. If a relationship is constantly draining you, making you anxious, or keeping you in a cycle of pain and doubt, then that is not love. That is an emotional roller coaster. Love should feel like peace, not like survival. It should not have you questioning your worth, overthinking every text, or walking on eggshells just to keep the other person happy. That is not love, that is emotional exhaustion. Too many people stay in relationships that bring them more stress than joy just because they are afraid of being alone. But let me tell you something, being alone is better than being in a relationship that destroys your mental health. Your peace is priceless. If someone is constantly disturbing your peace with their actions, their inconsistency, or their inability to love you properly, then they are not your person. Love is supposed to heal, not harm. A relationship should secure. You should not have to beg for effort, honesty, or commitment. If love starts feeling like a war zone instead of a place of comfort, then it's time to leave. Never sacrifice your peace just to keep someone in your life. The right person will bring you clarity, joy, and emotional security. If you have to fight every day just to feel loved, then you are fighting the wrong battle. Love is simple. It's either there or it's not. The right love will never have you question whether your love valued or not. It will be obvious, undeniable, and consistent. When you are with the right person, you will feel safe. You won't have to fight for attention, beg for effort, or wonder if they truly care. They will make it clear, not just in words, but in actions. Love should never feel like an emotional battlefield. It should not leave you feeling empty, insecure, or constantly worried about where you stand. The right love will bring certainty, not confusion. A person who truly loves you will make sure you never feel alone in the relationship. They will be present, attentive, and invested. They won't play mind games, keep you as an option, or leave you wondering if they still care. If you're with someone who makes you doubt their love, then they are not loving you right. The right love will not have you feeling drained, insecure, or desperate for validation. You deserve a love that feels like home, like peace, like clarity. Never settle for less than that. Because real love is not meant to leave you empty, it's meant to make you whole. Love is one of the most powerful forces in this world, but it is not meant to break you, it is meant to build you. Real love will elevate your life, not complicate it. It will bring peace, not confusion. It will give you strength, not leave you weak. The right love will not leave you feeling like a burden. It will remind you that you are a blessing. Too many people stay in the wrong relationships because they are afraid of being alone. But let me tell you something, being alone is better than feeling alone in a relationship. It's better to wait for the right love than to waste your time on someone who doesn't know how to love you. Love should never cost you your self-worth, your peace, or your happiness. If you have to chase it, beg for it, or fight to be treated right, then it is not love, it is attachment. And attachment will keep you stuck in places where you were never meant to stay. The right love will come when you stop settling for less. It will meet you at your best, not at your brokenness. But you have to make room for it. You have to let go of the wrong people, the wrong habits, and the wrong beliefs that tell you love is supposed to be hard and painful. Love is supposed to heal, uplift, to feel at home. If you take nothing else from this, take this: you deserve a love that chooses you, that sees you, that respects you. Stop giving your heart to people who don't know its value. Stop forcing love where it doesn't belong. Stop thinking you have to prove yourself worthy of the right person. The right person will already know. At the end of the day, the most important love you will ever experience is the love you have for yourself. When you love yourself fully, deeply, and unapologetically, you won't entertain people who give you less than you deserve. You won't settle for mixed signals, half-hearted efforts, or uncertain feelings. You will wait for the kind of love that feels certain, peaceful, and undeniable, because that is the love that will change your life. Now go out there and love boldly, but love wisely. Because the right love is not something you chase, it's something you attract by becoming the best version of yourself.